All right. Welcome to another episode of the Sippin and Trippin podcast, where we connect with amazing people. Today's topic is the art of sexual intercourse and finding the right one. I am your host, Desmond Black, and the person that's sipping and tripping with me today is a mother of two daughters, a server, currently working at BJ's Restaurant and Brew House, full of life and so down to earth. She calls herself Big Mama, and she puts it down in the kitchen. She's none other than Miss Sabrina Williams. How you doing
Hello,
today?
hello, hello. I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you?
I'm good. A little stressed out. I
Good.
got a little grays. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
Kids
you're
stress
getting
you out.
old.
Take one step forward and it's like two steps backwards. That's
Heard
life for
that.
you.
That's life. It's
Yeah,
gonna be all
definitely.
right.
So yeah. So you still at BJ's, man? So like, how's life been there?
Yes, I'm still at BJ's. It's been good. Like I said, it is different than when I started there. Every manager is different, but it's doing okay. Finally let me on the bar.
Oh,
Um,
you a bartender?
yeah,
Oh, shit. I didn't know you had
they
skills like
finally
that.
I've been bartending for 15 years, and I've been telling them since I've started that, you know, they should let me on the bar, but they finally did, and it's
You should have told me that. You should have told me that when I was managing there because I could have made that happen.
I feel
It,
like
it,
I did tell you that.
you might have.
Maybe
You
I
might
did,
have.
and I think I said
It's
something to Tom, and he was
Oh yeah. See, that's the thing. Yeah, Tom,
yeah,
man, his
and
little
he was
racist
like,
ass.
"No, you're new, and there's a line in front of you, and blah blah blah." But
He only wanted his people behind that bar. That's it.
yeah, I think that's what it was.
I,
And I tried to tell him, I said, I have experience bartending. I'm not like just trying to learn how to bartend. I just need to know the drinks, and I can do this.
right.
And they know as soon as they started training me, they was like, "Oh, you got it." I said, "Yeah,
Like I
I know."
forgot the one boy. He probably got fired or something because I know they was plotting to fire him a long time ago. But like the one with the glasses and he was real slow behind the bar.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah, Alex. He still work
I
there.
think he transferred to Teterboro.
Oh, okay. But see, that's the thing. They didn't want you back there, but they had him back there. Lizzie and everybody hated him back there.
Yeah. And then they trained a couple other people. They trained Matt, they trained Norion, and they trained Ilya.
Oh, Ilya, they trade
And
his little.
none of them had any, bartending experience, which is fine. Of course, teach them, and they're good. They doing their thing. But I was trying to tell them like I have experience behind the bar. I can do this. I'm very good at my job. I've been serving and bartending for over 10 years. I could do it. And now they finally put me behind there. So now they'll see what I could do. But
Well, that's what's up. Yeah,
everything in
that's
due
what's up.
time.
So how
Just
long
wait.
they had you behind that bar?
So I
So
just
how long
trained.
have you been
This
behind the
week.
bar at BJ?
I just
Oh,
finished
okay, okay.
training. My first shift is next week.
Oh, that's what's up. So
Yeah.
Tom don't work there no more either, right?
Mm-mm.
Yes. Rob is
Mm-mm.
gone.
Yeah.
Justin's
Rob's
gone.
gone. Justin's gone. Tom's
Uh,
gone.
Russ is gone.
Russ is gone. Yep.
Yeah. What happened with him? Because I heard different things.
So the last I heard was he was having surgery and it was going to be a long recovery.
Yeah. So that's why I initially heard. A lot of people was
And
like, oh,
but then he never came back.
right.
So I don't know why. I haven't asked, but I haven't seen him since. And that's been almost. I think I might have just gotten pregnant then. So it's been a while.
It's wild. That is
Yeah.
wild. So yeah, when I left there, man, like I was managing at PF Chang's in Freehold.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. That is a different world, man, because that walk after my first day, I said, yeah, I'm about to quit. It's different because you got to master that walk. And my first day,
Yeah.
they put rice in the wok, and they was like
Mm-hmm.
just work it. So I'm working and working. My arms are getting tired. I'm switching to this arm. My arm getting tired. So I stop, put my hands like this. They said, "Well, bro, what you doing?" I was like, "What? My arms hurt, bro." I said, "Nah, you got to work
Right.
that." I was like, "How long?" They said, "For the next 45 minutes." I said, "Bro, I can't walk for 45 minutes. That's
45
crazy."
minutes is
Yeah,
crazy.
so I'm doing it. So then the rice was going everywhere, and I was like, it takes a lot for me to be embarrassed. I'm looking at people, the people looking at me, they laughing. I'm like, oh man. So I went home,
Yeah.
woke up in the morning, my arms were swollen. I was like,
Oh, I'm
damn.
sure.
Went back in there, and mentally I was like, I can't let the first day happen again ever. I have to
Yeah,
do
you
better.
gotta do it right.
My
Yeah.
arms was hurting. I was like, oh my God. and then like they put water in there in the water,
Mm-hmm.
and it took me like a half hour. And then after a while, I had the rotation. I said, "Oh, I got this." They said, "Now do the other arm," and I'm right-handed, so I'm trying to do it with the left.
So the left arm probably was hard.
I
Yeah.
kid you not. Don't laugh at me. Don't make fun of me. I went like this with the left arm, and the whole walk hit me right in the face. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
I had a big knot on my head. I'm like, yo, this sucks. But I kept going.
I'm
And
sure
then
you guys just
after a while, I was like, all right, I need to start cooking. Like, put some food in here.
right.
And sure enough, when I thought I had the rotation,
Him.
and I put that food in there, the food went everywhere. They was like, what
Oh
are you
my
doing?
God.
Go back to just walking the rice. I'm like, come on. But anyways, after a while, my third day, I had it down pat. It took me
See, you just need practice.
to learn the menu though. It took me like 2 weeks without having to ask for help. And that's the thing, it's busy. So PF Chains, them orders be coming, they be flying in. So like the setup is they got 4 wok holes. Now during the week they only work on the 2 wok holes. Now Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 4.
You got the big, yeah.
Now the one thing I didn't like about managing there was it's different. See, BJ's, that was my first managing job. So for me, that's my measuring stick, right? So like,
right.
So you know how I was more of like supervising, I help out when need be. At Peter Chains, the kitchen managers, right? They call them sous chefs. They are nothing but a glorified line cook. You have to work on that line, right? So when
yeah.
Okay. So when I it's all good.
I'm listening. My kids, sorry.
No, that is okay. So they was like, it's a reason why we don't call them kitchen managers here. It's called sous chef. And a chef does what? I'm like, cook. Exactly. So go cook. And I was like, this is crazy. Right?
And then all you do. You don't.
Yeah, 45 minutes to work, 45 minutes back. And I'm like, and then what I was getting paid, I wanted more. But once I had a taste of being the manager, I was like, I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to be a line cook. But that's essentially what I was doing anyways.
Right, you just cooking.
Yeah, so it's weird there with their manager. So the only ones that salary at PF Chang's is senior dining room manager. Not a dining room manager. You have to have that senior attached to it. So a senior dining room manager, their marketing manager, which is equivalent to a GM. They call them marketing managers. And then your executive chef, which is like an EKM. Those are the only ones that was
like the head,
salary. So my ass was hourly, right?
Still doing hourly. Yeah.
So I was like, I don't like this shit. And I told Allison, bro, I said, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. But one of our reasons for going to Chains was I was like, let me get these recipes. Let me get this whole menu of these recipes. I'm gonna start making Chinese food on my own. So I went in there. So initially going in, I was like, bro, I'm only gonna stay here for like a month so I get all the recipes. But people, places, and things. When I got in there, it was people that I vibed with. I was good with, and I'm like, I fuck with you, bro. And they said, I fuck with you. When I come in, like the whole, like, I don't know, it's like a light bulb, right? That's how I felt because I come in, oh shit, Roy in the building, da da da.
That hair, yeah.
I fuck with that. Like I felt that, I felt that energy, man, and I really started liking it there. But then there was this one of the other sous chefs. I couldn't stand him. He's a little racist, little Mexican. Right, and not that I have something about against gays, but he was gay and had this line cook, bro. He every night he used to be like, my baby ain't got to do nothing. I'm like, what? Well, you know it's against the rules to be messing with hourlies, right? He's like, you just mind your business, So I'm like, yo, bro, I had to curse him out and let him know who I am. So he tried to report me several times, and they was like, do I gotta send you somewhere else? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I could work with anybody. So.
Right.
That was that, man. So from there, I am currently working at Carrabba's down there by Philly and Mapleshade. I'm the kitchen manager.
Oh wow, that's far.
It is, and Allison was like, I don't know how you take that drive every day. Like
that's a drive by Philly.
Yeah.
How you like it though?
Well, you know what Cherry Hill is. So it's Cherry Hill.
Yeah. But that's by Philly. Cherry Hill's right by Philly.
Yeah. So I honestly, I like the job. I like the people I work with, but the thing is, like my I hate calling my boss, right? Like, but like my boss, man, he gets on my nerves, bro. Sometimes I gotta tell him how it is. Like just what yesterday, I believe it was. I'm like, yo, bro, what do you want from me, bro? Like, leave me the fuck alone. You pissing me off. And he'd be like, oh, if you're pissed off, you should be. That's part of being a manager. I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, bro.
Yeah,
give
that's
me like
not
10
part of being
feet.
a manager.
Hell no. He micromanages managers. And that shit I don't like.
That's annoying. I wouldn't like that at all either.
So before I get into the topic, man, it's like this. Like this guy, he'll get there every day, like 8:15, and he'll stay until damn near close. He ain't got no life. And I'll be like,
he ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah, he married with 2 kids. I'm like, they got to hate you. They have to hate you.
He must not like. That's what I'm saying. He must not like them if he's doing that and not wanting to go home.
He's like, oh, at this point, my wife got she got an understanding. She's like, I never tell her when I have a day off, so she don't expect it. I'm like, shit.
Wow.
Let me tell him I need a quality of life because I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
It takes me an hour, 10 minutes to get there. I work my 10 hours. Well, I'll be lucky to work my 10 hours. I'll be lucky because I'm usually there working like 55 hours a week. It used to be like 60. And I was like, I don't know. I can't. It took so much out of me. I had to tell him one day, like, I don't know, man. I'm feeling like this ain't the job for me. Like, I can't be working 6. I got kids, and my kids be like, hold on. I'll make sure I put my
and little kids.
Yeah, put this thing on the charger. Uh-oh.
Where your light go?
I'm fixing it. I'm trying to plug my laptop up, and I'm unplugged it on accident. All right, yeah, we back. So yeah, man. So that's my life, man. You know, my kids be like, "Oh, I feel like you like your job more than you like us," and like that breaks a parent's heart, man. I'm like, what? So like when I'm home, I try my best to buy them things or get them some quality time because I don't want them growing up like that thinking like
it's more important to spend time with them.
Yeah.
It's more important to spend time with them when you can than to buy them things. Because my daughter said the same thing when I used to work a lot. She's like, "Mommy, I feel like you're never home. I feel like you don't love me." That really broke my heart.
Right.
So that's why I stopped working as much and I try to stay. You ready?
See, you just said that, so I'm gonna throw one more thing in there real quick. So, like, I wish I could do that. Like, I bought a FedEx truck, right? That I want to convert to a food.
I saw that,
and the crazy thing, it breaks my heart because like it's been working, no problems, and then it just broke down on me. Now I did like it might be something small. I don't know if it's expensive. It might, I thought it was gas. I put gas in it. It might be the battery. I really think it's the battery because I didn't know that if you leave the back gate open, the floodgate, that it drains the battery. I didn't know that. But one day I got in the driver's seat and I turned it on, and clear as day, right on the little dash, it says it. Like, keep it closed. It's an automatic shut off because it kills the battery. So I really think it's that. And it's crazy because it's a truck like that. It's got 2 batteries in it. So I'm hoping there's something as small as that.
Hopefully,
I just bought some more equipment, and I just like I'll worry about repairs later. Let me just get some of the equipment because the person I was supposed to send it to work on the truck to build it out is in Philly. Well, now it's not running. I can't even take it to Philly.
Take it to Philly, yeah.
But
hopefully it is just a battery, though.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's not a race. It's not about how fast you can do something. So
right, absolutely.
I'm a positive person, so I know that we'll get there. Right now, I'm on a year-long campaign, anyways. Just a marketing campaign, try to get my name out there. I'm about to start cooking. Speaking about cooking, Allison and I want to know where I play that since you do all this cooking. You was cooking.
I will definitely listen. I cook for a small army every time I cook. I have plenty. I will feed y'all gladly.
When always, you post that food, I'll be like, how many people is she feeding?
Me and Layla.
No, nah. Like we had the yams. I don't mess with yams, but like I'll be like, damn.
I don't know how to cook small, but I also like I'll feed my neighbors, or like I'll give some to my mom. Like I always make a lot, and I just feed whoever wants some.
See, that's what's up, man. That's what I'm starting doing. I gotta. 2 things I'm gonna do. Like I gotta put tasters out there, little samplers, right? And other than that, what I figured is if I do the sampling, right? Part of that agreement will be like, hey, just give me a 30-minute podcast episode. You know what I'm saying? Just talk about the food, critiquing it, tell me what you like, what you didn't like. I think that'd be a good power move.
That would be good. That would be actually really good.
So
and get
Mm,
feedback and stuff like that. That's
yeah.
good. It's
All
all
right.
gonna work out.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
I believe it.
So, let first let's talk about mating and finding the right person in your life. Then when we're
Okay.
done with that, let's talk about the art of intercourse itself, right?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
we can have sex with whoever, right?
Hmm.
Like that's anybody, male or female. But when you have sex with
Right.
the right person, I feel like it's much better,
It's definitely different and
much
better.
better.
Definitely.
Now the thing is,
Definitely.
we as humans, male, female, we can have sex with somebody in the moment that we feel like it's the right person. But when I say
Hmm.
the right person, right, having sex with the right person, I mean somebody we see ourselves with for a long time, or like in a marriage,
Hmm.
some for the long haul, right?
Right.
So let me ask you the first question. Do
Okay.
you think a man could truly be monogamous?
Honestly, no.
Mm, talk about it.
Honestly, no. And I hate that answer because I that's what I want so bad.
What's that? A
Like
monogamous man
I
or to
would
be?
love a man to be monogamous, but I honestly think that it's just not in your nature. And like even if you are monogamous and you are faithful to somebody, I feel like it's always gonna be like a want of something different, of something more, of something new. I
Mm,
just think that's in your nature. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact, but every man that I've come across, not even dealt with, but talked to, is always like I feel like they just want something else, something new. They might love you and want to be with you, but also I think just something in them wants
mm.
more. Honestly, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. Probably not all men. There's probably some men out there that are monogamous, only want to be with one person, but
You see
I
what
don't think
Allison
it's
put
very
on
many
there?
out there. Honestly,
You see what Allison
what she
put?
say? That's how female feel. True
Oh, we
though,
got
we
another
do be
comment.
feeling like that.
Yeah. So this person says you have to keep the fire lit. I mean, I
Okay,
agree with that. So go ahead.
I agree with that too. I absolutely, but I also feel like men still want something new.
Mm. So
I
all
don't
right.
know.
So this is also coming from a woman as yourself. So like you said, you feel like men always want something else. What about women? You don't feel like women want something else?
No, I do feel like women do be wanting something else too, but I also feel like we could control those urges better. And I feel
Interesting.
like women are so much more like emotionally attached and more so like sensitive and in love with the person. Um, and then so we can be with that one person, even though we might think about other people or might, but I think it's just easier for a woman to stay monogamous, in my opinion.
So at the end of the day, you don't think a man could truly be monogamous?
I'm not saying I don't think he can. I'm just saying I don't think he wants to. But I think that if you have enough self-control, you can, and you don't have to always, I'm not saying you always have to like act on your urges, but I
Mm.
feel like
So,
the urge
so
is always there
so so women. I mean, Allison said women
with their
love their
heart. That's
heart.
what yeah, like that's because we're more emotional, we're more attached. Sex is emotional for us and more, um, yeah, sex is more like emotional. We got to be attached. We got to love you, stuff like
Mm.
that. A man don't have to love you to sleep with
Mm.
you. He don't even gotta like you to sleep with you.
That's funny you say that, and I hate to say this because I'm a man myself, and I don't want every woman to be like, "I knew it." That's how men are. But like, it's a lot of men that say,
I'm
"Oh,
lying.
no, no, no." That's what I'm getting at. Like, it's a lot of men that be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, no, I got standards." This and that. Man, listen, I'm a man. I know how I felt growing up when I was in the streets like that, and I know the people I
Hmm.
was around or people I know. Hold on, what's these comments say?
It's your desire. It's our DNA of faithfulness.
Can't have one night
One night
stands
stands
because
because we
we
have
have feelings.
exactly. It's more. We're more emotional. We can't just sleep with somebody like
Man,
that. Like it's
I
just.
I beg to differ, man. It's a
I
lot of
mean, okay.
women.
Let's not say we can't. We can, but it's not. It's different. And if we do, we don't feel good afterwards. Like it's not
Mm,
something that we want to do or that we like. I'm not gonna say like I've never done that. but it's not
Okay.
something that I prefer to do. I definitely prefer an emotional connection. It's
I,
better that way. It makes
right.
making love better that way. Everything is just better when you have emotional connection for us.
Right. And that goes back to what I said at the beginning when I said, like, when you have sex with the right person, it's a lot
Hmm.
better, right?
It's
Because
different. It's
when your
different.
feelings and stuff, but so what I was starting to say before is, a lot of men that sit there and say they got standards, right? But like I've been around a lot of men, right? I got brothers, I got family members, I got cousins. Listen, men, I'm gonna use my terminology here. Men will sleep with goblins. You hear me?
If it got a
Gargoyles.
hole, they're gonna sleep with.
But like, say if somebody else they want to be involved with, if they say, "Oh, I'm not available right now," and then you got this goblin over here, like, oh, I give you the best you ever had. You be like, yo, listen,
How about I say,
nigga,
and them
listen.
goblins will do anything, and you're not gonna sit there and say that you're not gonna do it because yes, you will.
And that's what I mean. So that's why I feel like women and men are different, right? Like we are women.
We're definitely
Everybody know
different.
women are more emotional, right? And men are just, I don't know. Yeah, I ain't gonna put no names out there, but names y'all give us, man. Like, but like I said, there is women
I
that
would
do the
say,
same
and it's
thing.
not all of y'all. It's not all of y'all. I'm not. You can't. No woman or man can say that every single man is a dog or every single man is going to sleep with a goblin because it's not true. There are men with standards. There are men who are faithful, but it's not a whole bunch of y'all.
So all right, so let me switch that around a little bit.
Okay.
Now I know we both said that like it's different from male to female. I mean, yeah, male to female. But do you think it's hard to be monogamous?
I
Because there's
definitely
so
think
many
it's hard to be monogamous.
temptations, there's so many
It's
temptations, desires out there.
it's hard. It's hard to be monogamous for anybody, I will die on that hill because, like you said, there's temptation everywhere. There is beautiful men. There are beautiful women. There's always going to be somebody you're attracted to. Always going to be somebody that's fine that you're looking at. There's always somebody better. There's always going to be somebody new.
Mm,
But if you love somebody, you have to control those urges.
right. And
You
that's
have
the
to.
hard part at times, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
it's hard. It's not easy. That's not easy
Right.
for anybody, male or female. I don't think.
So I think one of the easy or what makes it easier is when as a couple, when you're in a relationship and y'all go through things together. And or you do things that like you be like, dang, outside of you, no other woman or man will tolerate. They ain't gonna deal with that, right? And I think it's those kind of trials and
Mhm.
tribulations that solidifies the relationship and make you not want to venture out. You know what I
Venture out
mean?
and be with somebody else. And I do think so. That's funny because like I don't know if you ever seen like the Tyler Perry movie Why Did I Get Married?
I did.
And they say like it's a 80-20. Like I feel like that's a real thing. Like when you with somebody and they have 80% of what you need, that's what they say. Most people have like 80% of what you need, right? And they got this, they got that, but there's one thing that they don't got. So you try to venture out, and that one person got the 20% that they don't got, and you think that you find them better, and then
So,
then you realize that the other 80% they don't got, they only got that 20% that you was missing. And so I
right,
feel like that's a lot too. Like so people always trying to find something else, something new, but don't know that what you got at home is
right. I'm glad you said it because I'm gonna circle back to that in a minute. But Chef Dennis said, Sabrina, it begins with
it
the
begins with the
foundation.
foundation. Okay. Okay, Chef Dennis.
And then said temptations, but that is when love and
Love and
that's when
care.
love and care. All right. So
Yeah, so
we
there's
all
always gonna be temptations.
right.
Always.
Now we all heard the saying that teamwork makes the dream work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to some people they say, "Oh, that's corny," but like teamwork really does make the dream work, right? Because if you got a dream,
Absolutely.
it's a lot of things in life you can't do on your own, and you just need that motivation. You need that helping hand. So,
Mm-hmm.
teamwork makes the dream work. So, I started reading a book called The Mathematics of the Mind, where the writer
Mm-hmm.
Nuri Muhammad says the most decision you make in life is picking the right person to spend the rest of your life with. They're either going to inspire you to grow into your greatness or confine you into complacency. They'll either be your other half or make you half of yourself. That's heavy.
That's
What are your thoughts
deep,
on that?
and it's
That's deep.
that's super deep, and that's so true. Because
Right.
the wrong person will definitely hinder you instead of helping you. The wrong person will definitely bring your life down. You could be having everything going for yourself, and then you meet somebody, and it's not the person that's supposed to be with you, and they will literally make your
Just
life
think
hell.
how you,
It
it
becomes how you
becomes a
like it to
one.
be. Becomes a want. Okay, okay. Desire.
Yeah. So for some people that's listening, right? Like in case they missed it the first time, I'm just gonna reread that real quick. So Nuri
Mhm.
Muhammad said the most important decision you make in life is picking the right person to spend the rest of your life with. They're either going to inspire you to grow into your greatness or confine you into complacency. They'll either be your other half or make you half of yourself. Right? Like that's like I said, that's
It's
deep.
deep and it's
Yeah.
true. It's
hmm
deep and it's true.
So, so this is the thing. A good relationship will bring out the best in you and make you more youthful, right? Whereas
Hmm.
a bad relationship will bring out the worst in you and cause you to age prematurely, right? That's also heavy, right? Like so
It's
that
heavy and it's facts.
what I get from that is like the more you arguing, the more you going through rough patches in your relationship, it causes stress, and
Right.
stress ain't nothing good gonna come out of stress.
Mm-mm.
You know, like I feel like I got bags in my eyes from stress. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
lack of sleep and just dealing with the kids, finances, everything. Like so, as people, we just got to find that balance, right? So where we stress less, and that balance should come in your relationship.
It should.
Right?
And don't get me wrong, rough patches are a part of relationships. Like nobody is going to be perfect 100% of the time. Nobody's going to be happy 100% of the time and in
Right.
love, whatever. But if it's always a rough patch, if it's always an argument, if it's always fighting,
Right.
then there's a problem.
Yeah. Maybe that person is not the right one for you. You know.
Right. Because if you're always tugging back and forth, if it's always something, it's never like a cohesive thing, then that's the person is not the one for you. Rough patches
Mhm.
are a part of life, but it's not something that has to be that's supposed to be most of your relationship. That's not supposed to be most of your relationship.
Right. Now, are you
It's
currently
supposed
in
to
a
be
relationship?
it comes. No, I am not.
So do you want a relationship, or is that something you seeking, or not right now? You good with just being you?
Right now I'm just focusing on myself and my children. But
Mm.
absolutely would love to be in a relationship. One day, find the person that's meant for me, find my other half, my soulmate. Absolutely, absolutely. I'll never stop giving up on that.
So what you
But
saying
I'm
that?
not necessarily looking. It's not, something that has to happen right now. I'm just gonna let life happen, and I hope one day it happens for me. I really do.
Right. So would you get in a relationship in hopes of making it work or thinking that it can work, or will you not? Will you stay friends with that person until you feel like they're the right one before you give that title?
Um. Okay, so I feel like as a mom, especially a mom of daughters, I have to take things slow.
I
You know what I
respect
mean?
that.
I got kids, so I
Right.
can't just jump into a relationship with somebody anyway. That's just not gonna happen.
Right.
Um. So I definitely want to be friends and see where it goes. And then like I'm not gonna, eventually I gotta bring around my kids and eventually we gotta see how that works. And so with somebody that has children, it's a little different. It's not like I can't just jump into anything
Yeah. Like I said, I
because
respect that, man. That shows a lot of class on your part. You know.
yeah, because you can't do that, especially you got daughters and people are weird, people are predators. You can't just be having anybody around your kids. Like as a mom, that doesn't as a single mom, you have to think about so much stuff when it comes to stuff like that. So
Right.
So yeah, no, I definitely want to be friends and feel each other out and see how it goes and see how my children react to you eventually and everything like that.
Right.
Like so it's definitely a process when you have children.
Right. You're right. Because I
But
have.
if I didn't,
Yeah.
it'd be a different story because it would just be me.
Right. Right. So
But
I
it's not
so I
just
got three.
me.
I got three sons and a stepson. Right. So
Hmm.
four boys, and now I got my first daughter. Right. So like
That
that
baby
having a
girl,
daughter
Lord
for a
Jesus,
man, that definitely opens your eyes and make you look at things differently, man. Because
way different.
hey, I hate to say it, but like I'm scared. I am. I know how I was as a man growing up with these
This, yeah,
girls.
Yeah.
And I wake up every day and I'm like, right now it's cool, but once you start walking and talking and understanding things, I was telling Allison, like, I think I really gotta watch the music I play, right? Because it's all sexualized. I gotta watch what I
Everything.
watch,
Yeah.
how I talk, because
Everything.
I don't
It's
want her
so
picking up on that,
different.
and I don't want her to look at me like, "Dang, Dad, like you tell me to stay away from these kind of guys, but
And
you
you being
remind
this
me,
kind of guy.
and you be exactly." So I'm not afraid to
It's
change, but it's like that's a big change, and I'm like, "Dang, I'm not
it's
even ready
hard with
for it."
girls. It's definitely different. It's definitely different. It's scary. It is. And I don't
Yeah.
have any sons, so I don't know how it's like for guys, but like I have my daughter is about to be 10. She's about to be going through puberty. She's
Oh man,
filling out everything. It's literally I'm literally having a mental
that,
breakdown
that,
in my
that's
head all the time about
that's
it.
the one I met, right?
Yeah, Layla. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Layla. Oh my god. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
the one thing I would say about your daughter when I met her, she was respectful, and like she just sounded like she was brilliant. Like she sounded
She's
like she was well trained. Her mannerisms was on point, and I was like, I looked at you, I'm
yeah.
like, dang, coming from
She
wild old
is
Sabrina, like I was like, that's crazy.
That's so funny because that's not the first time I heard that. They be like, "You is crazy, your daughter," and she's so respectful. She's so sweet, but she got me in her too. She a little sassy. She got a little attitude with her. She
You
got a
kept
little
saying that, but I'd never
feistiness.
seen it. I seen it
You
like what
do,
twice, and I just
but
never seen it.
she's so respectful in public. At school, she behaves. She
Mhm.
respectful in public. She has manners. She's so sweet. But child, yeah, come in between these walls, and then you're gonna see a different one. But she's a good kid. I love her so much.
The craziest thing she said to me was when we was in BJ's that day, and you was like taking care of tables, and I went over there because you had your aunt and your family over there, right?
Yes,
And
okay, I remember. Yeah.
she gave me that look. She says, "How do you know my mom?" I said, "Oh my god."
Mhm.
I said, "Girl, you crazy." But then your aunt was
Yeah,
like,
she
"Yeah,
don't
how do you
play.
know Sabrina?" I was like,
She don't
"She knew
play about her
Allison." And
mama, boy. She don't play about her mama.
yeah. So let me add this, right?
Hmm.
Because it's something that a lot of people do, right? So, not saying you, but all right. Instead of looking for flaws in the person that you're currently with, right? Like the man you with, instead of looking for the
Hmm.
flaws in him and saying, if only I had him with all his good qualities, and then I had these other good qualities of this other man. Women, they got to understand, or same thing for men, got to understand the qualities you're looking for in this other person is already in the person that you with, right?
Hmm.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. And it's also like about bringing out those qualities, like going back to like the if you always arguing and it's always negative, you're not gonna see those type of qualities in somebody when they are in fight or flight mode with you all the time. It's always in
Right,
like survival mode. I gotta be on fight or flight with you. But like if you be somebody's peace and be somebody's safe space and be somebody's safe home, you can
right.
find those good qualities in them. It's different people. Different people do bring out different things in people.
That's true. Like, cause I see what I see a lot is a lot of people, right? Men or women, right? Um, or let's just because I'm since I'm a man, I'm gonna talk about women. Hold on, I feel like I'm a burp.
Hmm.
Oh, excuse me. So a lot of women, they in a relationship and they look at their man and they say, "Oh, he do all these things right, but all these things wrong."
Hmm.
And they look at it like they quick to point out the flaws in him. Like, "Oh, I can't stand X, Y, and Z, but I love elemental P. If
Hmm.
only this other guy over here, because he's attractive. If all the things I like in him, if you merge them two together, I have the perfect man, right?" Like, but this is the thing. Nobody's perfect, as you said earlier. So why are you
Mm-mm.
trying to merge these good qualities with these good qualities? They both got flaws. So what you looking for this man is already in the other man that you're already
And the
with.
other one,
So
right? And the flaws too. So you're
at
gonna
the end
get
of the day,
double
it's about taking your time, right?
yeah,
So
definitely.
it's a need to love who you are with and
Yeah.
find it. And then what's this say?
Birds
Birds
of
of
a
a
feather
feather
flock.
flock together, and then you will attract the right person. Well, yeah,
You
yeah,
will attract the
you
right
attract
person.
the right person, but you have to start the race slowly, right? You can't be
Definitely,
so
definitely.
fast in life or in a relationship because that's where we all go
I
wrong,
agree. Hmm.
right? So that's
And
what I'm
especially
saying. So
too with with like physical attraction too. People, you think somebody just because they physically attractive, that's
Mm-hmm.
the one you want to be with them, and then you come to find out they is a whole demon, but in a physically
I
attractive
love
form.
that
So
demon.
you
Yeah,
have
it's
to
funny
take
you
your
said that.
time.
It's funny you said that because my older brother, right? He has his own podcast. It's called the What's Cooking podcast,
Hmm.
and he mentioned
Hmm.
that, right? He mentioned that how women they say, "Oh, I want him because visually, but he's attractive. Well, he might got muscles, he might this, he might that." But it's not the right fit for you. You're looking for the wrong things in a man, right? So that's one thing he says on his podcast all the time that I agree with.
But that's with everybody. I don't think it's just women, because men too. You see a nice pair of boobs, you see a nice butt, somebody got a nice body, somebody is all this, and you thinking like, oh, that's who I want, and then they mean and they nasty. They don't cook. They can't. They don't clean. They this, that, and then you just got an attractive, useless person.
But
It's
see,
the
this is the
same
thing.
with
With men, we're not so quick to be like, oh, she attractive. We want a relationship. As men, we look at it like she's attractive. I
true.
want to smash and
We want to
dash.
smash. That
Now,
that
in
is
my
true.
opinion,
That is true.
for a man that looks for a relationship in somebody like that, like because he look good, they trying to impress the next man. They want that man
Impressed,
to be like,
and
oh, that's
that's the
that
thing.
nigga.
It's mostly for an image. It's mostly for an image that they trying to like, oh, look what I bagged,
Yep. Look what I
but
bet.
you
Again.
bagged a
Hmm.
useless, nasty,
Hmm.
like, you know what I mean. So you definitely do need to take your time to get to know somebody. It's definitely not all physical, Allison. I see what you wrote, but physical isn't what you need. Is a heart, care, love, affection, which is true. Um,
Yeah, I
because
agree with that.
it shouldn't be all physical, and looks fade. If you're trying to find somebody to grow old with, you're gonna be ugly soon enough.
Hmm.
And you gotta have
He
something
said
else
that
to hold on to.
they hurt no leadership. so
Mhm.
um so listen, in my opinion, women are attracted to men that have knowledge and men that are productive. All right. Do you agree with that? Like like
I definitely
like
think I like a man that could teach me something. I definitely like a man
mm,
that could teach me something, and challenge me, and have me thinking about a different point of view and stuff like that. So definitely knowledge is definitely attractive.
okay,
Productivity is definitely attractive too, because you don't want no broke person just sitting on the couch not doing nothing while you out working.
okay. So this is like
You
so
know what
you
I mean?
don't
Like,
think a man that displays uh uh intellect, right? You don't look at that as being corny.
no.
Okay. I
But I
respect that
do
because a lot of
think that I do think that some women look at it as being corny. Like, some women don't like nerds and they don't like, stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But me specifically is not corny at all. Teach me something.
yeah,
Help me, challenge me. Have
yeah,
I need somebody I could talk to,
yeah. The knowledge is
somebody to have
power,
a
right?
conversation with. It's
Yeah,
definitely power. And I
right.
want somebody
That's
to be
what I'm
able to
saying.
talk to. Some A cute dummy you can't talk to, all you do is look at them, and after a while that just gets old. Like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And when you say teach you,
no.
like that's on all fronts. It could be something in a house. It could be on a social level, a
Anything. Yeah, it
spiritual
could
level,
be
anything.
anything.
If a person can't teach you nothing, or that means they can't help you grow and develop. If they can't help you
Grow
grow
as a
and develop,
person,
they
exactly.
got to kick rocks. You ain't gonna. You not benefiting
Yeah,
my life. You're not
exactly.
doing nothing to help me sustain my way of life. You got to go.
Useless.
Useless.
Exactly.
Got to go.
Useless.
So so
Exactly.
I feel like in a serious relationship or a marriage, right? I feel like if you're not
Mhm.
having fun, you're doing it all wrong.
True.
Right?
I so agree with that. I so agree
Because
with
like
that.
I feel
Because and it's hard though sometimes to have fun, because like you said, sometimes life do get in the way. Work, there's children, like there's bills, there's so much stuff. But I feel like you have to find a way to have fun with your partner, because that stress will kill the relationship if you let it. So you definitely need to have somebody that you can still make time to have fun with and laugh with and be silly with and childlike with.
right. Chef Dennis said if you
You know
can't
what
have
I mean?
communication, just go away. Oh no,
That's
no, my
true.
bad. That's
Communication.
Allison.
If you
Yeah,
don't
and
have
that's true.
communication, yeah.
Right. And that goes back to what we were saying, right? Because like in a relationship, if you're not having fun, and the reason why I say you're doing it wrong is because what are you doing? It's like if you're in a relationship and you're not having fun, you're just going through the motions. That's like
Right.
people, the ones that's in a relationship, and they both have thoughts like this relationship is over or it should be over, but they have kids together, so they stay in a relationship
So it's hard. Yeah.
because the man don't want the kids to go to the mom and vice versa. And they be like, I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm gonna suck it up. And that's just going through the motions. You're not having fun. Just
And
think
that's
about it.
not
When you're in
good
a
for you
relationship,
or the children. That's not good
right?
for anybody.
Just think about it. Like you in a relationship and y'all both having fun. Like Chef Dennis said earlier, you gotta keep that fire lit,
The
right?
fire open. I agree. I agree.
Once you figure out how to do that, it's ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that is the key to success in any relationship.
I agree.
You know. So, all right. So this next thing is gonna be a two-part question, right?
Okay.
I'll let you answer the first before I go to the second one.
Okay.
So, why do you think so many people are doing it wrong in relationships?
Why do I think so many people are doing it wrong in relationships?
Yes.
Um, it goes back to what I said before too. Sometimes people just let the stress of life get in the way of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes, and it just ruins it. Like sometimes people just be so stressed out, and then they can't climb out of it, and then the relationships be just jacked up. Or also too, like I said, you're trying to be with somebody that you're not supposed to be with because they look good, and now
Right.
you miserable because they look good, but they are complete opposite of you, complete not feeding you what you need, not giving you what you need, not loving you in your love language, not doing anything, but they
Love language.
attractive,
I love that. Yeah.
and then now you feel like you're stuck.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And then people, like you said, people have kids with each other and then they feel like they stuck.
Right. Now it's
You
funny you
know?
said that because as you was talking, something came to my mind. Right. Like
Mhm.
I don't know who's watching this, this episode or will watch this episode, but I don't care. Listen, on
Mhm.
this platform, I like to conversate, educate, and I
Mhm.
like to entertain, right? And I don't care
Absolutely.
what kind of feedback, right? Because I'm a positive person. I don't surround myself with negativity, right? So
Right.
sometimes when we talk about love and relationships and stuff, sometimes it's out. We fall in love with like things that's not like appearances, right? Like for instance,
Mhm.
my first baby mom's man, like I wasn't attracted to her and I didn't want to be in a relationship with her, but we was best friends, right? Like what drew me
Mhm.
to her was like she never let a female disrespect me. Like she put everybody in check, right? And
Mhm.
it's sometimes it's the little things that attracts you to a person. So I was
Right.
attracted to that, and that's what I didn't want to lose. But when we was
Mhm.
talking about monogamous, right? Monogamy, I found it extremely hard not to be monogamous with her, right?
Because
Because
you
like I
weren't
said, I wasn't
physically
I wasn't
fully attracted to
physically
her.
I wasn't
Yeah.
I wasn't attracted, and I told her
Mhm.
like I don't like we good as friends. I don't want to be in a relationship, and
Right.
she cried, and one day I gave in. I caved, and I said, you know what? I'm willing to see where it goes, right? And I shouldn't have caved because nobody. It's not fair to her.
Mhm. No,
But
that's not.
this the
It's
thing.
really not.
So I'm talking about for at least 5, 6, 7 months. It was hard for me to be monogamous, but during the relationship, I was just
Mhm.
to find out towards the end that she was not. She cheated on me for the
That's crazy.
longest.
That's
And
crazy.
and listen, let me tell you the power of emotions and stuff. I had so many thoughts in my head. Oh, I'm going to say this. I'm going to do this. Don't you know none of
Mhm.
that shit happened? I sat there and I
Mhm.
said, we can work this out. You see how things come
Wow.
full circle? I didn't want to
Yeah.
be with her.
You didn't want to be
Then
with
I
her, but
found,
then when you
then I found
started.
myself like, we can work this out. Right. We
Mhm.
built, because at that time we had a son.
Right.
Right. So that was
Mhm.
another factor. And then I didn't want to be one of them guys that say I'm in a relationship because I have a kid with this person. I didn't want to fall victim to that because I was always
Right.
against it. And I couldn't help. I mean, I couldn't stand when people come to me with these sob stories and say, I'm only in a relationship because I got kids with her or him. I used to be like, come on, that's
Mhm.
corny. Hold on, let
That
me see
is
what this
though.
comment said right quick. Sabrina, what's the most important thing you look for? That's a good question. Answer that and then I'll get back on topic here.
Okay. What's the most important thing that I look for? Like I said before, I do want somebody that, like I said, challenges me. I want somebody that is smart and intelligent, somebody I can talk to. But I also just want somebody that I feel comfortable around. I could be myself around. Like sometimes in a relationship, you feel like you're walking on eggshells. You can't be who you really are. Like I'm dead ass just goofy and weird.
Oh,
Like
don't I know?
you, you know who I am. And I just want somebody that can accept that about me and that loves that about me. Not just can accept it, but like likes it. Like, all
Right.
right, she can be herself and I could just feel comfortable and I can laugh with and be with. And then also, like I said, somebody that will accept my children and love my children because I am a single mom.
Mm.
And that's what comes with me. And a lot of people, don't want that, and that's fine. But I want somebody who's okay with it and who will accept my children, love my children, just like they love me,
Right.
and want to be with me. And that's what I look for.
Yeah, it's when you have kids, it's a package deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
when I was younger and I just wanted to sleep with this girl, that girl, and they used to tell me it's a package deal. In my mind, I'm like, this bitch tripping. I'm like, I ain't looking for marriage. In my
Right.
mind,
I'm
I
not even
never
trying to be
said
with
that.
you. I'm trying to sleep with
Yeah,
you, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I'm like, yo, even if in a relationship, I'm willing to be in a relationship. But now you talk about it's a package deal with your kids. I'm
Kids.
like, you talk about marriage. You talk about a lifelong commitment. Now mentally, I'm like, yeah, nah, this bitch asking for too much. But I'm let me tell her. Hold on, what do you say? I was like, let me say what she want to hear. Not a man of
Definitely
faith.
a man of faith. You know what? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely a man of faith. Definitely a relationship with God is super important. I definitely
Ooh,
should have led with that.
so you
But
religious?
I wouldn't say religious. I would
Okay.
say I have a relationship with God, but I'm not like because there's a difference. It's a difference between religion and relationship. Um no, I know I didn't say that. I said I should have led with that. I know. But definitely I have a relationship with God and I believe in him, and it would definitely be important for the man that I'm with to have one as well. Yes.
Ooh. Oh, so see, hold on. Chef this way. So look, so when you do find yourself in a relationship or looking for a relationship, you want that man to be one with God.
I don't see, no. I don't want him to be one with God. I don't need him to be all perfectly saved and Christian and stuff like that, because I'm not perfectly saved and Christian, clearly.
Right.
Um, nobody's perfect, but I want him to know God, and I want him to want to, even if he doesn't have the best relationship, I want him to, want to. I know I said I should have led with that, Chef Dennis.
No,
I
no,
know.
I think what he mean by that is, oh God, he cooking right now. He's oh man, now he want to join in. Hold on, chef. I'll let you join in momentarily, but I think what he means is like you should start with that when you talking to a man. Let them know that's what
Yeah,
you're looking for.
definitely.
Somebody
That's what
that's
I'm looking for. Absolutely, absolutely. Um,
hold on. What did he say?
but
He
at
said,
the moment,
what happens if you don't
what happens
find him
if you
to
don't
love
find
God?
him to love? See, I
Yeah, that's a
don't
good
think.
question. Is it a deal breaker? It's a good
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
Oh, oh.
yeah,
See, now Chef will love that. He'll love that because he
yeah.
he he walked that journey with he's
Yeah,
into
it's
faith and
definitely
all.
a deal. It is a deal breaker if you don't love God or if you don't believe in Him. Because like, how are we gonna raise like our kids in a household with somebody who loves the Lord and somebody who don't? Like that will never work. That'll never work. Like, or with somebody,
Interesting.
you know what I mean? I'm trying to get right with God, and you over here trying not to. That's how somebody could lead you astray and lead you down a path of destructiveness if you not. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a deal breaker. Yeah, and I'm not
But
saying you have to be perfect. I'm not saying you gotta go to church every
but see that
Sunday. I don't go to church every Sunday.
but see
I
that
don't. You know what I mean? But definitely have a relationship with God, or try, or at least want one.
but see that's the thing. Like I don't know. I don't know, man. Like religion is a tough one for me. Like I don't even want to get
It's.
started because we have a topic to be on. If I start talking religion, this can go on for a week.
I
So I gotta
know.
say
No,
that for another
it
time.
is
But
rough.
like,
It is, and I'm not saying like I said, I'm not saying that you have to be a perfect person, because definitely not a perfect person. But I think you should at least believe in Him and want to have a relationship with him. And that's fine if you don't, then you should be with somebody like that as well. Like I'm not here to beat down nobody's throat about God, like, at all, because that's definitely
right.
a tough subject. That's definitely something that could go on for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's true. So
Yeah.
I just sent him the link. So I guess I'm assuming that he's going to join in at some point. So until then, let's
Okay.
jump into that second part of that question. Why do you think so many people that calls themselves in a serious relationship or married, why do you think they're unhappy?
Because lots of people that are married aren't happy. One, because you're with the wrong person.
Hmm.
Two, because you let the stress of life get in the way of your union. Like I said before, bills, kids, finances, blah blah blah, woo, woo. And like a lack of communication. You're not telling
Like,
somebody what you want. You're not telling somebody how you feel,
right,
and you're not telling somebody. And some people like when I said about not loving somebody in their love language, a lot of people are not being loved the way that they want to be loved. A lot of people love you how they want to love you,
right.
and
You
not
know,
love you how you need to be loved. And that's a big thing, because if my love language is physical touch and you don't touch me and give me affection, how am I can't, that's basically like starving me of the air that I breathe. Like,
mm,
you have to love the people how they want to be loved. I can't love you like I said, if my love language is physical affection and your love language is not, but I'm always touching you, don't want to be touched. That's me loving you how I want to love you, and you don't like it. And now we at a conundrum. You know what I mean? You have to love people how they
mm. You
want to
teaching
be
right
loved.
now. So now, now, now I got a little words of wisdom from you, right? Like, so when you
Mm-hmm.
say if a man don't touch you the way you want to be touched, right? Like, how
Mm-hmm.
touchy feely do you expect a man to be on a regular basis?
See, that's hard, because like me, I'm a very affectionate person. Like, very. I
Mm.
want to cuddle all the time. I want you to be under your
Oh,
skin.
oh,
That's just who I am as a person. And I don't expect, if you're not like that, I don't expect you to be like that all the time.
okay. But just
But I
when it
do,
counts,
but I do expect you to try for me,
right?
because that's what I need.
I got you.
Just like you should expect me to try to give you what you need.
Mm,
Like, I might not like it that you want to play the video game, or I might not like it that you want to watch sports all the time. But if that's what you like, let me do it with you. Even though I'm not interested in it, I still want to do what you want to do, because I love you and I need to love you the way that you need. So, like, if I need affection, I need you to at least try. At
Yo, you got me
least try.
smiling right now because I love that, right? Because when I just dissected what you said, I love that because that goes back to what I said. If you're not having fun in your relationship, then
Yes.
you're doing it all wrong, right? And it's
Wrong.
like
Yeah.
you going into something half-ass. You're not giving it your all. So I love that you
Right.
said that, right? You might not be
Yes.
interested, but you're doing it because at least y'all
Because the other
bonding,
person is interested. And that's
right?
important. That is so
It's,
important to do. Like, see what they interested in, and try to like it sometimes, try to like be involved in it, because and that's so like special. Like, I'm
right,
sure if a dude like to play Call of Duty and a girl like, oh, teach me how to play, like, you know how bad a dude would be like, oh my god, like, she want to play with me, like, stuff like that is so, like, little things that people don't even know, like, that people like love.
right,
It could do so much.
right. So
You know what I mean? So that's what
let
people
me
don't
read this.
understand. I think that's why a lot of people aren't happy, because people just doing what their own thing, doing what they want to do. And when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's about the other person.
So
Like, they should be about you. You should be about them.
Allison said you're doing it to make the
You're doing
relationship
it to
better.
make, exactly right.
Right. So lost my train of thought for a second. I was just about to say something. It'll come back to me. All right. So another thing, right? I feel like we've lost respect for ourselves and for each other to the point where most people are not even looking at each other as people anymore. We're looking at each other as items, right?
Mm,
Um,
mm,
we're using people for the love of things when we're supposed to be using things for the love of people.
mm.
And for men, and
Oh, you
options.
froze.
Afros. I'm
Yeah.
back.
So I didn't hear the last
So
sentence.
I said for men, I feel like women become options.
Mm.
You know,
Hey, Chef Dennis.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
How
I'm
are
good.
you?
Hey, you at work?
Yeah, I'm at work.
Oh, I seen the
How you
chef
doing?
jacket. I was like, what in the world? He said, how you doing,
Good,
Brina?
good.
I'm good. How are you? Good.
Yeah, I'm at
Yeah,
work.
yeah, I could tell. Yeah, the audio, I could tell. So you wanted to chime in? What's up? Speak your mind.
So Sabrina, that's
Yes.
Sabrina, right? Sabrina.
Yes.
All right. So I was listening to you guys, and so as you're on your journey of looking for the right guy, I say to you, that's where it starts, because guess what? That's your roadmap to finding or the right guy coming to your life for your children. Because
Right.
and listen, all churches are not made out the best. So you have to find it, and that's why in your I would say in your singleness, that's how you have to find it with your kids. And because guess what? When a man sees that in a woman, the devotion she has for God, the right God will be right there waiting for you. Or you'll meet the right God because, like I said, he'll see the devotion that you have for God. It's not a perfect
Right.
walk. It's not a perfect life to live for God. It can be very tough because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes rejection is something that people have the emotions where they break down because they're being rejected. So that walk is tough. It's not easy. Yes, I am a man of faith. I am a man of serving God, but it's not a
Mm-hmm.
it's not an easy walk. So
No, it's
I
not.
heard you said you have daughters, and listen, to get the right man, I feel like that's the place, that's the journey you should begin to do, because I promise you, God will never forsake you. And I'm not here to preach to
Yeah.
you, but I was listening. Desmond Black is my brother,
Yeah, that's my older
so
brother.
We love
yeah, I would
him.
just I like to encourage people on the level, and it's not to, like I said, I was listening. I'm at work and I was listening, so we listened to each other on the podcast,
Right.
and I just wanted to chime in, and I wanted to encourage you with that. I mean, because listen, having two daughters and raising them by yourself, it is not an easy task. It's tough.
Mm-mm. No,
It's
it's not.
living in this world. It is so it's so to meet a man that really love your daughters, they gotta really love something more than just themselves. They have
Right.
to, and
Absolutely.
that's what I mean by that's where it starts at. Because, like I said, when they see your devotion, and then guess what, you do it together, y'all walk together, and then you'll see that person for who they really are. Because that's what God will do. Teach you how to
Right.
see beyond the flesh and to see the spirit man of that person. Because having
Right.
daughters,
Absolutely.
is that a man can be tricky. He can be
Yeah.
manipulative. You know what I'm saying? And
Manipulative,
so,
predatory. Yeah, you definitely. You're right. You're right.
what I'm saying? And so that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to come on here and encourage you, and I just wanted to drop
I
that on
appreciate that. Too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
no
Hey, hey,
doubt.
hey, chef. So,
Yeah,
how come you at work late? Because you usually work overnight until like noon.
I'm doing some overtime.
Overtime. What was
Getting that money.
trying to get that money? You
Yeah,
must be trying to get the wife something.
yeah. She about to get a new car. We going to look at the new car tomorrow.
Well, okay, okay. That's what's up.
I'm working the double tomorrow too. So I'm be here all. I started. I worked Sunday. I did my regular shift, and then doing a double today and a double tomorrow. I work Monday too, so I'm working all the way through the week. And then I'm gonna
Mm.
take off Sunday and Monday.
I know you're gonna be tired,
Oh,
I
but
Jesus.
mean,
but
I
that's
just came on vacation.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
How long was you down there? Because I noticed Lady T was home before you, because when the last podcast you still had the backdrop from the hotel you was at, and she was
Yeah, you
home.
like that was tough, wasn't it?
What do you mean? It's just a curtain. It looked like mine. Like,
Nah. Yo, you had to see the whole setup. That jump was I gotta get mines like that. It was tough. It was
right.
tough the way it had it set up. Like I had a real live studio chair in there, and it had a little table there, and it had a drop light right on top of it.
Yeah. All right. That's what's up. That's
Yeah,
kind of how I got mine here. But it's crazy. So I also got a podcast episode tomorrow. So for tonight, I wanted to put my new setup in, but it's a little sound card. I didn't charge it, so as I was about to go live, it died on me. I was like, dang. So that's why I got this one. The new setup is cool. It's dope. You'll see it when I plug it in. You're gonna be like, oh, how you do that? You'll
I
see.
I get back to Sabrina because I'm sitting right here. Listen. Let's go.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Nice
All right,
to
talk
meet
to you
you.
later.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah. So the last thing I said, I was like, we've lost respect for ourselves and each other to the point where
Hmm.
people are not looking at one another as people. We're looking at each other as items, and we treat each other like items, right? Then I said, we're using people for the love of things when we're supposed to be using things for the love of people. And for men, I feel like women become options,
Hmm.
right? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I definitely think it's for men. Women do become options. They have a lot of options,
Mm.
and that's why it's hard for them to be monogamous because they have so many options.
Yeah, it's like one day they might say, I want cookies and cream. The other day, I want strawberry. I
Exactly.
want the sprinkles on it.
And a
Today,
lot
I
of
don't
times
care for
it's
the
at
sprinkles.
and a lot of times it can be at their disposal, so it's hard to be faithful.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's just the reality of it, and it sucks
relationships.
because
Go ahead.
hold on, Roy. My baby is crying. Give me 1 second.
All right, no problem.
I'll be right back.
All right, the
Oh, hold
trials of
on.
parenthood. Yeah, she forgot to mute her mic, but it's all good. Um, let me see if I can do it for her right quick. All right, yeah, parenthood. It's a lot to go into that, man. Kids are truly a blessing. It's not easy. It's a full-time job, but like it's nothing I do in life that I don't do for my kids. The other day I asked a question. What wouldn't we do for our kids? Oh, hold on, she broke.
Could have guessed.
There she goes. There she goes. Look at her. She holding that head. How old is she, you say?
6 months.
6 months. See, yeah. So my daughter just turned 3 months, so
I know.
they close. But yeah,
Sorry,
it's
she was
crazy.
hollering. She just wanted her mommy for a little bit.
It is all good.
Right.
She's starting to look like you. That's
You
wild.
think so?
Hold on, look, Allison sent you a comment.
Pretty
You see?
girl. Oh, thank you, Allison.
Yeah, like it's
All
crazy. She
right,
is so
girl.
quiet. That's how it be, man. Kids, man, they're truly a blessing. That's what I was saying when you stepped away. Like it ain't easy, but that's what
It's
makes us
not easy,
great
but
parents.
it is a blessing, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. I love my kids, and
Right.
I don't know. Like sometimes I used to be like a little bit embarrassed because I have a baby and I'm single. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like people like judge you, but listen, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. Now,
And God will provide.
I'm gonna go rogue a little bit. So your first daughter was with a white guy,
Yeah.
and this one's with a black guy.
Yeah.
So, for lack of better words, you had the best of both worlds, right? so
Yeah.
which one you prefer?
Really, you're butthead.
I had
Listen,
to say it.
I am an equal opportunity lover girl. Okay,
That ain't what I asked you.
that's my answer.
I'll take it. I just had to ask that question because, like,
Funny.
it's crazy. I thought about that the other day. I was at work. I'm like, you know what? That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild.
I can ask you the same question. Crazy.
You can. Hey, listen, I'm a man. Men look at things differently. I'm not gonna be like you. I'm gonna answer it. Men are different than women. I'm Baskin Robbins. If you can satisfy my needs, you're golden. So it's not about, for me, it's not about color. It's not about
see, that's
white, black,
it's
Puerto
the
Rican.
same here too. They both were it didn't work out, so it don't matter.
I ain't know the second one didn't work out. But I mean, I guess that's why you're singing, I guess. But for me, it's like, listen, it's about here. If you take my heart, you're a winner. Right? Like, so whether you white, black, purple, it don't matter. A Martian can come down here. If you take my soul and you cook, that's the one thing you got going good for you. You cook. The way to a man's heart is food. Right?
Yeah, but it's not. I don't only cook. That's not all it is.
That's not what I was saying. I was just saying.
But I can't throw down though. Yes.
All I'm saying is, by feeding a man, that you gonna win him over 9 times out of 10. So you already got that in you know what I'm saying, to your advantage. You cook and you love cooking.
Yeah, I love it. It's like therapy for me. I do love cooking, and I know men love, but it's not all about that.
No, it's not. It's more to it.
You can't cook, ladies.
But that's you know what they do? They put your right foot or your left foot. I don't know which one you step foot first with, but you got one foot across that threshold. You in there.
Yeah, true.
That's all I'm saying.
True.
So
That is
I'm gonna say this. So that book I was telling you about, right? In the book,
mm-hmm.
Nuri Muhammad says, "Where there's no decent women, there's no decent men. For mothers are the first teachers of civilization."
Mm,
That's that's heavy, right? That's
mm,
and so a lot of people they like to have the debate about the foundation of a household or a relationship.
right.
But like I think mothers are the first teachers of civilization. They the first teachers.
Mm,
And now I always hate it when people say this. When men say men got their game from a woman. I hated it. But as I got older, I got a different input and different understanding of it. Like
mm-hmm.
women do teach us the game, right? Like if we don't follow a woman's lead, we would never know what they like and what they're into. So
True.
they give us the tools to be successful in a relationship, right?
So yeah, I agree. The mother is the first to teach you, and then you learn from women. But like men, like I feel like they look to other men for advice and stuff like that, and that's really, or they think that the other man that men have the best advice, or that they trying to learn from men. But you can really learn a lot from a woman,
You
definitely,
you
especially if that's
learn
what
every, you learn
especially that's
everything
who you're
from
trying
a
to
woman.
please, huh?
I feel like you will learn everything from a woman, right? Like because men, if you think about men and you think about women, women are built on emotions. Men are not.
Yes, definitely.
So if a man don't have the knowledge of how emotions are or feelings, right? Then how can they understand themselves when they're going through trauma? How can they understand
Right,
themselves when they're going through hardships? We learn that
right.
from a woman, not a man, because a father teach their kids, "Oh, you're a boy, suck it up."
Suck it
So we
up.
don't
Right,
teach our
right.
sons,
And that's
we don't
not
teach
good.
our
No.
sons how to grow and develop, how to deal with
Process
those
their emotions
emotions.
too. Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But mothers do. That's why I say mothers are the first teachers of civilization,
True.
right?
But see, also, I think that we can learn a lot from each other because just like you said, how women are emotional, men are logical, and women need that as well. Like I definitely think you can learn a lot about your emotions from us, but we need to learn how to be logical and come up with solutions because we think with our emotions and
Mm,
whatever we feel
mm.
is what we do. And
It's
sometimes we
like-
need to think with our brains and not our hearts all the time. So I think we
it's-
can all learn a lot from each other.
you're right. And that's the way of the world. It's funny because I was going to ask you, why do you think men are more logical? But when you said because women make decisions off their emotions, which is a rash decision. Now I understand where you're coming from. But as you started
Yeah.
speaking, that's the first thing that came to my mind, right? So let me ask you this. Why do you think that men are not disciplined enough to have respect for one another?
That they're not disciplined enough to have respect for one another.
Right.
Hmm. Can you elaborate on that just a little bit? Like, what are you
So
trying to?
so I think no, as a man, right? Like we don't see that's where it goes back to what I was going to question you about, like when you say men are more logical.
Hmm.
As a man, I feel like we always want to be in control. We always want to be the dominant one. It's our way or the highway, right? In a
Right.
relationship or when we have kids, right? So like I
Hmm.
I feel like women are more disciplined enough to have respect for one another. Whereas I think men
Okay.
is like they seeking that respect, but they don't respect others.
Others, yeah, because like you said, it's a control thing. If you all feel that way, it's definitely
Right,
gonna be hard to respect one another. If nobody wants to listen to the other one because everybody wants to have control,
right.
it's never gonna be a respect thing.
Mm.
Sometimes you
So
got to
is
take it down a notch. Sometimes somebody needs to let you know what's going on. Sometimes you need to let somebody else know what's going on. But if everybody always want to be the authoritative person,
right,
how is that going to work?
right. So is it a particular reason why you think that men can't control their like that those impulses to for control?
I
Is it?
think
Do you
it's
think
just
it's more?
honest.
Do you think it's just because it was how we was brought up? You think it's a taught
Yeah,
behavior?
I
Okay,
think it's just the world that we live in. It's a patriarchal kind of situation. It's always like man, 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 all the time.
right.
So I just think that's just how it is, and that's how a lot of people see things that like men are just the more, dominant type of person. But I feel like if y'all all feel that way, like you said, how you're gonna
Right. Okay.
have
So
any,
so the topic was the art of sexual intercourse, and then it was also
right,
about finding the right one, right?
finding the right person, right, right.
So in saying that, mating has two sides to it: choosing to
Mm-hmm.
mate, choosing to mate, and then when you
Right,
come together, children are going to come from that, right? That
right,
mating, that's from the intercourse, right? And then from the intercourse, right, and the mating and having children, now you got to deal with the whole parenting thing, right?
right.
So in most black households, I feel like we have not been properly educated on relationships, male to female, and relationships between father, mother, and child,
Right.
right? Do you think this stems from a lack of love, or the lack of like feeling the lack of self, like purpose in life? Do you think that's where that comes from? Like being in broken homes and not being like properly
So
educated.
the broken home situation can be that's a big conversation
Right.
because that can go all the way from slavery when they was breaking up father and mother from each other back then, selling a
Well,
daddy here, having a mom here with her kid by herself,
right.
or even back in like when welfare and all of that stuff came out, when they don't want the daddy in the home because the mama can't get the welfare without, if the daddy's in the home, they don't want the daddy in the home. They break, so that's like a big conversation that could go
Yeah.
from way back anyway. But it is something, and it's as me, I have unfortunately become a statistic in that I am a single mother. We need to figure something out because that's not how it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's
Well,
definitely not how
so
it's supposed to be.
you're right, but that's what I was saying. Like, as in the black community, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, we haven't been properly educated,
Right.
right, on relationships. Meaning, like, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or man, woman, and their children. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because like in the black community, um, we typically come from broken homes, right?
Right.
When we grow up with one parent as opposed to having both parents, it's a lot of resentment, right? And I feel like it's like a ripple effect. It's a snowball thing. Like then when we
Right.
have kids, it's like that resentment spills over to them. Kids are like sponges, man. Like they really absorb the energy from their parents and everything in their surroundings, whether that be people, places, or things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad to say, but like it's the truth. Like in black households, in most black households, we don't teach our kids how to love correctly. We don't teach our kids about finances. We don't teach our kids about none of that. Like we teach
Right.
our kids about how to be strong and how
That's
not to
it.
do the
Basically,
things
yeah.
right. And we tell them not to make the mistakes that we went through, but we
That we
don't tell
did
them about the mistakes for them to learn from.
to learn
That's what
from.
I
Oh,
mean
yeah.
by we don't properly educate our children as a black community. And that's
Right.
something that we have to fix. Now there's some black people that teach their kids the right.
It's true. That's definitely something that we you froze again. You here? Hello. You froze on me. Stop eating my hair. Where you go? Oh, he's gone. Him gone. Where he go? Yeah. Hold on. There you go. What happened?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
All right, dang. Hey, I don't know what happened.
I know.
I
I'm like,
think
you
I think
froze.
moving
Did you
forward, I gotta
disappear? What happened?
yeah, I was like, and I'm looking at my computer. I'm like, what happened? I apologize to everybody that's watching, but yeah, I think I'm gonna start using my Ethernet cord to connect wired instead of being wireless. It
Oh,
might
okay.
help. Now, was you speaking or was I speaking? I don't even remember at this point.
I think you were speaking. I already, gave me my take on it, but we
Yeah, I
definitely
know I was
don't
saying.
teach
Go ahead.
a lot of times we don't teach our children the right things to teach them. Exactly. I agree. I'm not gonna say all, definitely not all families, but
Right
black people is
now,
hard. Like I said, it's not an excuse, but it definitely stems back from slavery and all other things because there's so many things that have been done to like separate the black family and like down black people. And we've just been in that cycle for so long. And we definitely need to come up out of it and do better for our children and the next generation so that we can,
right.
yeah,
All
that
right.
we can
So let me add this. Um, I feel like love anticipates need. What are your thoughts on that?
love anticipates need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I feel like that goes back to what I was saying before about loving the person how they need to be loved. Is that like what you're trying to get at?
Well, so
Because
what?
like,
Like, all right. So I feel like when you love somebody, you're always
mhm,
studying
right,
or what that person. Yeah, you're always studying what the need is, right? And you're looking for the opportunity to cover in that category, right?
right,
Like a real man that loves a woman, he doesn't have to hear a woman ask for something. He's always studying to see what she wants or see what she needs,
as he
right?
he should be absolutely.
So when a man loves a woman, her wants become his goals. You agree? I feel
I
like that's
do.
how I feel like that's what we talked about earlier about how things should be or keeping that fire lit. I feel like
Hmm.
when a man loves a woman and he allows her wants to become his goals, it's almost like playing a game, right? And if you're playing the
Hmm.
game, you're having fun, right?
Right, right,
So
right. I like
when you
that
have that
analogy.
kind of relationship between two people when they're trying to outlove the other person, you don't have to be so scripted in your
Yes,
relationship or your
that's
marriage.
how it should be. It
Right.
always should be like that. They definitely should be trying to outlove each other and give each other what each other needs without them having to ask for it all the time. Like you're right. When you with somebody, you should know their little mannerism. You should know the things that they like. You should
Hmm.
know the things that they want. And by getting to know them, you acquire those things, and you should be wanting to get them for them and do it for them. And that's what you should be doing.
And that's key.
Absolutely.
That's what keeps the relationship going. That's that fire that everybody should be looking for, right? If
Right.
if you trying to outlove him and he trying to outlove you,
Mm-hmm. It
it
should
can't be a
be
loser at that point. Nobody loses,
right.
everybody wins
Absolutely.
because
I
now
agree.
y'all in competition for the right
I
reasons. I
agree.
feel like I'm a sneeze again. Excuse me.
Girl,
Oh.
get off my hair. You
Mm.
about to get down.
um, so let me ask you this: do you believe in pure love, or do you think it's a fairy tale?
That is such a good question. I do believe in pure love. I think it can be attained. I don't believe in like love at first sight, being with somebody. Oh, we're I think you gotta work for it.
Right.
I think you gotta work for it. I do. I think you have to work for it and you have to want it and you have to because nothing in life that's really worth it comes easy. And I don't think it just comes super easy. Like it's just there. I think you have to work for that kind of love, to get to know a person and love them flaws and all to get to that kind of the love.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a fairy tale. I think it's attainable though. I do think it's attainable.
It might be attainable, but like when I say that, where my mind went was as we watch movies or TV shows, the way they display love and marriage, like I've been like, that's the way they display it, the way people talk about it. I'm like, that's a fairy tale, right? Like, but
Well, yeah, that's
but
poppycock when you put it that way. Yeah.
but this is the thing. When I see this on movies and TVs or hear about it on the radio or people's stories, I'm like, that's a fairy tale. But at the end of the day, I'm like, dang, I wish that was a real thing. I wish how I see it in movies, I had that.
It's
Because
how it
they,
is. Me too. It would be nice.
yeah, they show all the best parts. They don't show you the bad parts. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, dang, I don't know why I feel like I'm sneezing so much. Hopefully I
Let
can
it
get through
out.
this without sneezing so much. You said let it out. So I think that friendship is the longevity ingredient in all relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's talk about the two different ways a man can get the best out of a woman and a woman can get the best out of a man.
Okay.
So, men must love their significant other as they love themselves. And and a woman must respect their significant other, right? What do you think about that?
So I was literally like, before you just said that, that's what I was thinking about, because I did like read this book. Actually, I read it in church, and it was like it was two different books, basically like the needs of a man and the needs of a woman. These like two different things, and it said that like women need to be loved and men need to be respected. So
Mm. So I never
if
knew
you
that.
don't,
You said it's in a book or that's in the Bible?
yeah, no, it's in a book. It's in a book.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's in the Bible too,
I
definitely.
got I
But
gotta see.
yeah, but I don't remember the exact name of the book, but I do. If I find it, I gotta let you know. But it's definitely like women do need to be loved and men need to be respected more than they need to be loved.
Okay.
So that's definitely important. Like if a man don't feel respected, it's not gonna work. He needs it. It literally said like that's what they need
Right, right.
in their relationship is
And
respect.
sort of like when I was talking about the dominant thing and why we don't teach our sons or our daughters the right way. Yeah, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get it. So, all right, this is going to sound a little poetic, but to me, it's a
Mm-hmm.
powerful message. For the man to get the best out of a woman, it's love, right? For a woman to get the
Mm-hmm.
best out of a man, it's respect. They
Mm-hmm.
both need them both. They need both. They both need love and need respect, right? But
Mm-hmm.
love for a woman is water and respect is food. And respect for a man is water and love is food. You need water
Mm-hmm.
before you need food. When you break this down and you understand it, you'll have a healthy relationship. Now, I'll read it back, but first let me know what you think about that. Like, did you get it or you need me to read it again?
No, I absolutely get it, and it's true. Like I said, we need love more. They need
Mm-hmm.
respect more. That is,
Right.
it's true. Everybody definitely needs both. Of course, a woman wants to be respected as well, but we want to be loved. We are like
Right.
so emotional. We want
Right.
to be loved. Y'all are more logical. Y'all need to be respected as a man, and it's the truth. That's a
Okay.
big factual statement. I agree with it, 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So that's good because you basically said what I was already thinking. Like we both men and women we both need love and respect, but a man seeks that respect before they seek love,
Respect more.
vice
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa for a woman. So once a
Mm-hmm.
woman understands that all she gotta do is respect that man, and once that man understands that all he gotta do is shower that woman with
Love
love, like
that
you
woman
said
with love.
earlier, what you look for in a man. Once a man understand that, then y'all got a healthy relationship.
It should be
Cannot
good.
come between y'all. Now, when
Right.
you combine that with competing with who can love each other more, you're gonna have
Yeah.
a
It'll
long
be good.
lasting relationship.
And it seems so simple as we talking about it, but
Right.
clearly it's not, because a lot of people, facts, Allison. Facts. No, that's facts, Allison.
Yeah.
That's facts. No, because
Oh man.
how do you expect it? How you expect her to respect you as a man and you're not giving her what she needs? Exactly. I agree. Absolutely. Facts. Big
Yeah,
facts.
I get it, but that's what I'm saying. So as long as men and women they come together with that understanding, it's a healthy relationship. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
It
saying.
seems so simple, but is we rather make it hard. Like what Lauren Hill said, it'll all be so simple, but we rather
So
make it hard because
this is the thing. I tell people a lot of people this, right? For a long time, people used to call me a preacher, and I'm far from a preacher. Hold on, let me see what he said. He says respect comes before love. Oh my lord.
for men, for you, yes,
Yeah, for me,
yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
of course. Um, I forgot what I was about to say now, but look. So love gets convoluted, but lust is easy, right? The nature of the brain is to avoid pain and seek pleasure. But hear me out.
Hmm.
Everything of value has a difficulty factor attached to it. So if I only avoid pain and seek
Yeah,
pleasure, right? I'm never going to get anything in my life of value. You agree with that?
Repeat the
Hold on.
last sentence again. Sorry, my oldest came in.
It's okay. I'll read it again. I said, love gets convoluted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means like confused. It's like confusion. You get confused.
Mm-hmm.
But lust is easy, right?
Yes.
So I
Yes.
said the nature of the brain is to avoid pain and seek pleasure. But everything of value has a difficulty factor attached to it. So if I only avoid pain and seek pleasure, that means for me personally or whoever, we'll never get anything of value in life.
That's facts. That's big facts. Nothing in life comes easy. Nothing worth having comes easy. Lust is easy because you can get it anywhere. You can sleep with anybody. You could feel that boy. You can ejaculate anywhere. You could anybody. That's
Right.
simple, simple,
Right.
simple, simple. But to find true love is definitely a little harder. You got to work for it, and the end result is a beautiful thing of a beautiful life built with somebody. And it's definitely um harder to get that than. Oh, Chef Dennis has said no, it's not facts.
Yeah, he gonna have to send more messages in the inbox because I'm confused what
Yeah.
he getting at. He said, "But our hearts want
I
love.
think because when I said
Love
it
is
was
love."
facts about what Allison said, if you can't love us, we can't respect you. But he said respect comes before love. But that's for you guys. Like I said, men need respect, women need love. So it's
Right.
just both ways. Like you give one without
So
the other. Like you could say if you don't respect me, I can't love you. You could say the same thing. But it's just
right.
to each party has
So
to.
so as I unpack that last message that I put out there, what I'm saying is when I say love
Mm,
gets convoluted, right? Because love is confusion. Like you deal with a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, and it's a lot that goes into love. And if for those that believe in pure love, there's a lot that goes into the belief that there's pure love, right? But when I say lust is easy, right? It's like a classy woman. She will give a man something to work for. She's not gonna be easy.
mm-hmm,
She's not gonna have sex on the first day. She's not, you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Put a hoe or somebody that has low self-esteem or don't care about themselves or don't value themselves or they don't know or understand their temple because their bodies are supposed to be a temple, right? They don't
Mm-hmm.
understand that or they don't care. So holes are easy. Anybody can sleep with them. Anybody can plug and play. But a classy
Right.
woman is not going to allow that. So what I'm saying is if we avoid competition or avoid having to work for something, how can we have anything of value? Because anything of
We
value you
won't.
got to work for, correct?
We won't. Right.
When you
We
want to
won't.
get paid at work, when you want to get paid at work, right? The
You got
only way
to
to do
work.
that is to do what? You got to put in the work.
You got to go there and do the job.
So what about people on the streets? They hustling. So in their minds, they their own boss. They get to dictate, and they think they're going X, Y, and Z. They are boss until they get jammed up, and they might have all the
Right.
money, all the cars, all the fame. But guess what? All them girls, everybody. The moment they get locked up, you
They're
become
gonna
a
leave
nobody.
you. Exactly. You'll
Exactly.
have
They might
nothing
stick
and
around
no
three,
one.
4 months. After that, they mess with your best friend.
That's it. The next person
So
that got
that's
it. Exactly. So
right. So that's nothing of value because it came to you easy. It came to you for the wrong
easy.
reason.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that's what I mean.
Absolutely. I
If
agree.
I avoid right anything that's hard, if I avoid pain, I only seek pleasure, which is the easy stuff, easy women, easy whatever,
Hmm.
then I will never have nothing of value. And for
Nothing.
me,
Nope.
I want things of value. So it's like when you go in the store, right? What did he say? Love is natural feeling
A
for
natural feeling. So
all
this
humans.
is
Okay.
different though. It's
But like
definitely
it's like when you go into the store, right? And you look going there for jewelry and you see in this glass case, you say, "Oh, dang, that's nice. That's big. That's a big rock. Oh shit, that's some bling right
hmm
there." And you look at the price tag, you're like, "Damn, $2,000." Then you look over to your right, you're like, "Well, this look the same, but it ain't real." That's that
but it's
costume
$50.
jewelry. That
Hmm.
costume jewelry
Break.
is nothing of value.
Right. It's
You know what
gonna
I'm trying to
break.
say? It might break, it might turn your neck
Turn
green, your
neck
hands.
green. Right.
So why go for the easy stuff if it's not nothing of value? You want to be top dog, don't go for the easy stuff. When you top dog,
Right.
you got to work
You gotta
for
work
it.
for
And then
everything.
when you work
You gotta work
for it
for
to
everything.
get what you want, anybody that follow you, anybody that's watching you, guess what they saying? Dang, he did that. and you're going to
Yeah.
inspire them to do the
And it just
right
makes
things.
whatever you get, whatever you attain, that much better because you worked for it. It makes it better. We don't work for
Right,
stuff and it just handed to you. It don't mean nothing. If something just handed to you, it literally don't mean anything.
right. All right.
But when
So
you work
look,
for it and you have an accomplishment and you work hard for that accomplishment, if it
yeah,
means something, it's different.
yeah, it means something to you and
Definitely hits
anybody
different.
that's really for
Yeah,
you. You know, it means a
definitely
lot.
hits different.
So so like I said, we was talking about finding the right one in your life, right?
Hmm.
So now let's get a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more in tune with the sexual intercourse. Hold on, what does comment
Okay,
say?
let's do it.
Uh, you need to work for everything in life, especially love. We do a lot to get your heart.
Yes,
Yo,
yes.
this is a little weird reading her comments because like we live together, we in the same household, in a relationship. It's just like, oh man. But
But at
I
least now
appreciate it
you,
though.
you know where she coming from. You see what you know.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I mean. Men that say they
Hmm.
don't learn nothing from a woman, they crazy.
Crazy. Hmm.
Their thought process is convoluted.
Right.
It's out of whack, right? But
All right, let's get
speaking
to
about
it.
sex, speaking about sex, without complete submission, unsolicited devotion, and absolute obedience, one can never be free. What is your understanding of this?
So for that, like when it comes to sex, I feel like that is facts for both parties. Both parties have to submit to the other person. Both parties need to be obedient to the other person to get it right.
Meaning what?
Like you can't just like if you're a man, you can't just be trying to get yours and not like learn what she like, try to please her, learn her body, learn her what she wants. You have to be submissive to her to do that because she got to tell you what
Mm.
she likes if you don't know. And a lot
Ooh,
of men don't want to
I like that.
don't want you to tell them, or if you're doing something wrong, don't want you to let them know that. But how are you gonna know what I need if I'm not letting you know?
And you know what's funny? Oh my god! I actually got notes and questions that I wanted to ask, right? And
Hmm.
what you just said, like so many times during this episode, right? Like it's things that I wanted to say, but you touched
I done
on
said it
before I can
first.
even get there. That's crazy. So that lets me know it's factual, and this is why men
Hmm.
need women because women
Right,
teach us the game. What's this
right.
comment right here? Hold on. He said,
You have to
"You have
listen,
to
which is
listen, and
facts.
then
But both
and
people have to
listen.
listen. Don't
Don't
bring your
bring
old
your old
desires.
desires to a new what? I'm a little confused
Hmm,
about that one.
that's interesting.
He said, "Don't bring your old desires to a new relationship." No, because a desire is a desire, right? It's not. It's like, see, that's why I'm
Because if
confused
he's
about. Because
talking sexually, you like what you like.
yeah, he gonna have to
You
let
know
us
what I
know in the
mean?
comments because
Yeah, like I need to know what you're
you like
talking
what
about.
you like.
Because
He
you,
said
yeah, but
sex.
you like what you like, and if I can't
Look,
bring that to a new
that's what he
relationship, I gotta be no. That don't make no
that's what
sense
he
to me.
said. Sex habits,
Sex
but we have
habit.
if habits are habits. We all have them.
Yeah,
So if you got
that's
certain
that's
habits,
difficult. Yeah,
it's what you like. So
yeah.
if you like it, you can't stop what you like. So
What you
in your
like?
relationship,
Yeah,
you like it, you into that relationship to work. Guess what? You still gonna like those things. So in the next relationship, it's okay, right?
yeah, right.
So
I agree with that.
when
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think. I think it's hard to not bring a sex habit. It's like if you into something, if you have a specific kink that you like,
right,
you can't not. You're not gonna not like it no more because you're not with that person anymore. That's just who
yeah,
you are as
that's
a
what I
person.
said.
That's what you like.
So what back to what I was saying when I said without complete submission, unsolicited devotion, absolute obedience, one can never be free, right? So when I say that, what I get from that is this. Um, for me, that's just saying you have to be free, right?
Hmm.
That means giving it your all and not holding back, right? That's
Hmm.
when sex is at its best, in my opinion, and that's when you're
Hmm.
having fun having sex,
Right.
right? Hold on, what does it say? They kill me in the comments today. It says, but you tried to find it in someone else
And
and
someone
moved
else
on.
moved
It
on.
didn't work, so try something else. No, we talk about habits.
Yeah.
You understand where she coming from or no?
Where Allison coming from?
Yeah. So if you tried it in another relationship, it didn't work, try something different. We talk about habits,
We
not
can well, trying different things is something that's just gonna have to be anyway. Because first, how do you find out what you like if you're not trying different things? Um, but if you find something that you genuinely love, like say you got like a praise king, like you like somebody to be praising you, telling you, oh, good girl, you this, you that. Like if that's what you
Right.
like. That's what you like. That's what you're gonna need from every single person
Right.
that you come in contact with. Hopefully, one person will be the last person and forever. But like, you can't just change what you like because it didn't work out with somebody.
Yeah. So for me, like I said, when like giving it your all, like a lot of times people they have sex and it's like they mentally hold back, like, oh no, like a man, they might be like, oh, I want to come right now. So they'll stop, they'll pull out, they'll do whatever, and they be like, oh, let me do this, right? But I mean by like complete obedience and being submissive, it's just like when you're having sex with the person you love, I feel like you just gotta let it go. Because a lot of men, they don't want to make them sounds, right?
Yeah, they
And
don't
I
want
was
to do
look,
anything.
no, listen, I was one of those guys that was like, it feels so good, and I feel like, oh my god, I'm about to have an orgasm, or I'm about to
Let
moan,
it
but I'm
out.
like,
Yeah, try not
So
to.
what I mean
Yeah,
by complete obedience and being submissive in the bedroom with the person you love, I mean just letting it all out, giving it your
out.
all, and letting that person know you love them. You love
And
the
also listening to them.
yes, yes,
And also listening to them. And it's easier for women to do it to men. Like it's easy for a man to be like, oh, I like when you do it like this. I like this. Do it like this. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it because that's what we want. We are pleasers. We're gonna be like, oh yes, oh yeah, whatever you want, whatever you want. But
right.
it's definitely harder for a man to do that for a woman, and that needs to stop because
I think that's psychological though. I don't think
it's
it's
definitely
necessarily.
psychological.
Yeah, I think it's just
But
what
it's
we
but you
feel
gotta
like.
stop
That's
doing that because we deserve pleasure too. We deserve all of that as well. And you need to know what women want and need to learn her body and what she likes. And that's where the obedience and the submission will come in for a man. And I know it's hard for a man to be submissive to a woman.
right. This is crazy. Allison said, "What is called a fetish?" I mean, a
Like
fetish is
a
like a
fetish is
strong
like
desire. I think like something
something
that you're
that you really, really, really are into that
right.
could be considered taboo or like weird, like feet. Or like, you know like
Right,
some people like feet more than the average person. That's considered like a fetish. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like stuff like that.
So, sex means the switching of the mind from thoughts of physical expression to thoughts of some other nature, right? Like,
Mm.
um, so let me ask you this: what is, in your opinion, what is the difference between sex and making love?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Um, I think the difference is when you, I don't want to say the person that you're with, but when you're like really in love with somebody and you are just so intertwined with that person and it's just like a soulmate kind of connection type of thing. But
Mm.
I think also you can also have sex with somebody that you love too. You know what I mean? I don't think it's always a making love situation.
Allison said, "Get it." What the fuck?
She's crazy. She's
um.
crazy.
So so initially, my question I was going to ask was, "What's the difference between fucking and making love?" Right? But Allison was like, "Oh, clean that up a little bit." I'm like, "Yo, this is a safe place."
Right.
but but you said you feel like you can have sex with somebody you don't love. You said that.
I think you can, yeah. I
Mm.
don't think every time, like, even if I met my soulmate, I don't feel like every single time we having sex is making love. I think sometimes we just be fucking. Sometimes, like, you know what I mean? It's just, I feel
I
like
get it.
the
Yeah,
atmosphere.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I agree. But the question was, what's the difference between sex and making love? Right? Wait, and you gave me a little, your definitions, right? Um. So if you ask me, I'd say sex is intercourse. It's
Hmm.
mindless. It's mindless lovemaking, right? Sex
Right.
is wild. Look, sex is wild and it's not emotionally charged. It's
Hmm.
fast and it's hard. It's that ground and pound. A lot of women like that ground and pound. A lot of men, that's all they know is that ground and pound, right? So
That's
to me,
all I
that's
know.
what
Yeah,
sex
yeah, yeah.
is, right? So whereas when you're making love, it's emotionally driven. It
Right.
involves your mind. It involves your feelings. It's all about commitment. It's about being sensual. It's about being vulnerable. It's slow. It's passionate, and it's about being selfless. Right? You follow me so far? Um.
Yes.
So when making love, you have to let your guard down. And that's goes back to what I mean
Definitely.
by when I said having complete obedience and being submissive, right? So
Mhm.
you let your guard down. Like if you think about it, making love is like an artist, right? What do an artist do? Like a painter or a musician. What do they do?
Like they're very into their craft. They
Yeah.
practice.
So yes, they take their time to perfect their
Time
craft,
with
right?
it. Yes, they learn the craft.
Right.
Exactly.
So when you making love, you should make it all about that other person, right?
I agree.
Your
If
goal, your
both
soul,
parties,
yeah,
yeah,
your
both
goal
parties
should
do
be,
that, it'd be
yeah,
beautiful
your goal should be pleasing that other person as opposed to seeking that pleasure for yourself.
for yourself. Absolutely.
And that's that complete
Absolutely.
obedience. That's that what I say, obedience. That's that putting that woman first or that man first. It's like once you make it all about them and not about yourself, that's the art of intercourse.
Crazy
That's
because
when it's at its finest.
the other person is doing everything for you. You're doing everything for the other person, and that's beautiful. But
Exactly.
it don't be like that a lot. You know what I mean? Especially it's hard, like you said, it's hard for a man to be vulnerable and listen to a woman
Mm,
and what she wants and what she wants for her body and what she needs
right.
to come to her, climax and stuff like that. It's hard, but they have to do it, and
Right.
you have to do it
So
because it's easy
and
for us to do that for y'all.
I agree. Now, as I unpack everything that I just said, right? Another question came to my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think a man that has no self-control and comes too soon, do, do you think that he can make love, right? Or do you think that having sex is all he can do?
Well, I think that that's something that's like a mind thing too, and then you need like I think he can make love. I think it's possible. But if you don't
So
have any, you have to learn self control. That's the thing. Like,
that's it, but that's
but
that's
if
a very hard, difficult feat, though.
but
That's
if you're
difficult.
if you're all out for stuff like I'm just about to get my nut, then that's what's going to happen
Right.
every time.
So I asked that because we was talking about how like when making love is about being slow and being passionate, right? We was talking about
Hmm.
that, right? So if he has no self control, all he knows that ground and pound, all he knows how to do is have sex, right? So
But that's when you have to try and learn different behaviors and try to get some
mm,
self control. Like if you don't want to learn, then that's just all you're ever going to do, and whatever, that's you. But
so
you have
so
to.
let me ask you this: if you were the man that has no self control and he comes quick as hell, right? I'm trying not to laugh. Are you okay with that 5 to 10 minutes, or are you going to swipe left on his ass?
See, like sometimes, like what I'm saying, that's what I was getting at too. Because sometimes when you're with somebody, sometimes you want that ground and pound. You want to have sex. It's quick. Sometimes that's
When
okay.
we talk about the men that can't do
But
nothing but that,
always,
yes. Will you
no,
swipe left, or do you
no,
give him a chance and you say, you know what, it's deeper than sex?
no,
No way. It means you swipe it left.
yes, no, because that's no,
So so so
no.
what if he's a 5 or 10 minutes, right? But like he can give you like you, like he can give you like 3 or 4 rounds, but you getting 3 or 4 rounds of 5 or 10 minutes with a
Five,
little
10 minutes and ground and pound all the
with a little
time. No,
intermission in
that's
between.
like
With a little so it becomes boring to you at that point.
yes, all the time. Like nobody wants that all the time.
Yeah.
All the
Oh.
time.
So
No,
so
and
so love in relationships is for you is all about the sex.
it's not all about the sex, but sex is important. And I hate when people sit there and say that it's not, especially in a relationship. Like because you have friends when you have friends for everything else as well. Like
Right.
I have best friends that I can go out and talk to and hang out with and do things with and have fun with, but I'm not sleeping with them. That is an
Right.
important part of a relationship. And you can't, and I don't
Mm,
care what any person says, it is an important part of a relationship. Some women might not think that, but I think it is a very important part of a relationship because that's what
right.
separates you too from a friendship. Like I have like, you know what I mean?
Right. So let me ask you this: foreplay or no foreplay?
Absolutely foreplay. We need it. Women need it.
Woo!
Don't
Woo!
you
You say
dare
you need it?
ever.
Elaborate on that.
Women need it. Women don't come prepared like that.
Right.
We need the foreplay to get us to the point where we can have sex, to get us wet enough and all that other stuff. It don't just come that way all the time. Like we need all of that extra. That's what women need. I know a dude could just get right to it. They be ready on jump, but that's not how women work.
Okay. So so do you feel that women allow their men to use their body as pleasure while they check out and just wait for them to finish?
Absolutely. They do. And that's terrible. That's terrible, and they should stop it. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's terrible, and they should stop it. That's what a lot of women go through. That men like, and that, like I said, that comes from far back to where it's like, oh, women are just used to have babies, and we're not supposed to have pleasure, and that's bullshit, and that's not fair. And that comes from that. But no, women deserve pleasure too. Women deserve love. Women deserve to be catered to as well when it comes to having intercourse. So,
oh shit! Look at this shit! Look at this shit!
Period, Allison.
Yo, did she fuck?
Right.
1000%. Oh shit!
Because who wants to deal with that,
bro?
Well, you know what, that all the time,
and that's crazy. That's why I be telling people, men all the time, like, listen, man, foreplay is a must. A lot of men that I know, they be like, foreplay, that's for fucking weirdos, bro. I'm like, fuck that.
Women
that extends.
Need that.
Listen, when you do the foreplay, it extends your sexual
experience.
Yes,
and it gets the
you jump right into it, and she gonna look at you like, that's it.
Yeah, and it gets the woman to where she needs to be. It's important.
Look, not to put my business out there, but me personally, I like, before I get mine, I'm trying to get her to get hers off first, and then I'm gonna go for the kill,
because it takes longer for us to get there.
Yes, so we need the longer. So then when they go to their friends or their family and they talk about the pleasure they had, they go, oh, it lasted X amount of time. I'm gonna let you get yours off first, then I'm gonna work on getting mine off, because guess what? Now you on cloud 9, and now I'm trying to get mine off. Once I get mine off, I'm still pleasuring.
Exactly. You're freezing up on me again. Where you go? I think here you go. Hello? There you go.
The first time this happened to me, right? Yeah.
Okay.
I apologize for that. This is the first time it happened to me. So that's why I say I'm gonna start moving forward. I'm gonna wire my laptop to the modem. And hopefully that won't happen. But but that's truly how I feel, man. Let me help her get hers off before I worry about myself. Because when you talk highly of me, men like that men like to feel like they on top of the world.
Right.
The more you talk highly of a man, they feel like kings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is a big question for me. It's I couldn't wait to ask you this. Do you think there's a such thing as bad sex?
Yes.
Talk about it.
Absolutely, there's a such thing as bad sex. Like I said, there's a man that's only out for himself, using your body as his human sex toy just so he can come off. Yeah, and then there's people that you just don't vibe with that way. Not everybody is meant to be having sex with everybody.
If you don't vibe with them, right? Why are you having sex with them?
I mean, and physically, there's people that you don't vibe with that way. Sometimes it just don't work out. You know what I mean? Like physically.
So, all right. So the reason why I said this is a big question for me, and I couldn't wait to ask, because it's been scientifically proven for many years that a woman's pleasure zone, right, in their vagina, what they say, the first 1.5 inches, 2 inches, something like that. I forgot what exact. That's their pleasure zone. They say anything past that is not pleasure; it's pain, if anything. Right, so when they be like, it's not the size of, I forgot to say, the size of
the motion in the ocean,
all that corny shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked you. So this is my thing, and I asked a lot of people before I came on tonight. Right, I had a survey with a lot of women, a lot of men, and nobody told me it's no such thing. They all say yes, it's such thing. But this was confusing. If you have sex with somebody and you get yours off and he get his off, how's it bad sex? You both got what y'all needed. Y'all both engaged in intercourse for
Well,
a
that's
reason.
not bad sex, but a lot of times
That's what I mean. But there's
women don't
oh,
get
that was
off.
fine.
A lot of times women don't get off. Most
But
times, a lot of
but
times women
how
do
do
not
women not
get
get
off.
off? Say if they're getting penetrated, right? And if they say it's scientifically proven that like the first 2 inches is the pleasure zone, right? So now it's nobody. It's not gonna be at least two.
No, no, that don't mean
but
that
but
you
but
having an
but
orgasm.
no, I know. But let's say like all right. So what about the women that have an orgasm, right? And they don't fake it. But then afterwards, they're like, that shit was trash. How's it trash when you got off?
Well,
I don't.
if you have an orgasm like a real one, then no, it's
Right.
not trash. That's the
Okay.
goal.
Okay. So you saying if you don't get off, if you don't have an orgasm, then that's what makes it bad
I
sex.
feel like I mean, and you don't, and women also don't have to have orgasm for it to feel good. You can still have
Right.
good sex and not come like sex still feels good. Just because you don't have an orgasm doesn't mean it doesn't feel good. The act of it still feels really good. Um,
That's interesting. I never heard
so
nobody
that's why
say
I
that
don't
one.
think bad sex. Yeah, because you can have sex, and it feels amazing, but you just didn't have an orgasm. That doesn't mean the
Mm,
sex was wasted. It doesn't mean that it didn't feel pleasurable. It wasn't good. It just didn't. That just didn't happen for you at that time. That doesn't mean it was bad.
I
And
get you.
you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
it's
so
different.
studies have shown that women crave great sex more than men. Why do you think that is?
Hmm.
That's interesting because as I was doing research on when I knew I was going to do this topic, I did a lot of research
Well,
and
I would say the word "great" is the key word there because we don't crave sex more than men. Men crave sex. Period.
oh, okay. So I didn't think about it that way.
I
When that
think the
came up,
word
yeah,
great is what it is. We want the experience to be good. Men want to fuck and get in that sometimes, and
what they say,
then
because men
that's
are
it.
okay with anything. Oh man,
That's not a lie. It's not all y'all, but definitely more men just want to get off that. I just want to bust a nut. Da, 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 da. We want great sex. We want good sex. We want sex
mm,
that is mind blowing, and that's what we want. So I think the word "great" is the little key
I
in
got
there.
you. All right, so look,
Yeah.
lack of sex in the long term eventually makes a person unbalanced, unstable, and mentally disturbed. They said that's also been factual based on studies, right? So
Sex is
what do you
so
think about that?
important. Sex is
Oh
so
my god! Look,
important.
hold on, before you answer that, look.
I love you too. I love you too, girl.
But yeah, so lack of sex in the long term eventually makes a person unbalanced, unstable, and mentally disturbed. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think sex is it like releases like the dopamine in your body. It releases all these things that make you feel good. It helps you with headaches. It is, and when you don't get it, and especially with somebody that you're in a relationship with, and y'all not
Right.
like, I do think it makes you jacked up and stuff. Like I think it's important. Our sex is your body. That's what
Right.
our bodies are made for. Kind of like we need that. I think.
Right. Okay. So good things come to those who wait, but greater things come to those who are willing to work for it. And let's go back to what we were saying before, like how not seeking what's easy and just working for it, right? Like a classy woman or
Mhm.
a real relationship or something that's you're gonna be committed to, right? So great good things come to those who wait, but greater things come to those who's willing to work for it, right?
Mhm.
Now I ain't gotta ask you if you agree to that because I know you already do, right?
Mhm.
And I think men and women need to understand that. They need to grasp that whole concept, right? And
But like too, when that comes to sex too, like if you work for her orgasm and it's gonna be mind blowing, it's gonna go crazy. That's it. It really goes
that's when
in.
you just be free and be
You work for if you
submissive,
working for her,
right?
yeah, it's gonna go crazy.
So
It's so
so
much
you
better.
now you remember when I told you before, like I had things written down that like you touched on before I even had the opportunity to get there. And
Hmm.
again, I'm gonna say this to the wheels fall off. Like that's why men need women in their lives because we learn from y'all, right? So like
Definitely.
as I say this, you'll understand. Hold on, what she say? A lot of
A
women
lot
work
of
for their
women work
relationship.
for the relationship.
I agree. Allison definitely worked for it. It'd be times we could argue, and she still, we be beefing, and I turn around, look at her, she's still making sure I'm good.
that you
And this
okay
is
because she
what
loves you, and you're who she's choosing to love and be with. And even if you pissing her off and you beefing and you're arguing, she's still going to make sure. That's what we do. That's
and
what
this
we
is the thing.
do.
Men are not built like that because when we
No,
beefing,
when you
and
mad, you
mentally,
mad. You don't
look,
care nothing about what she got going on.
yeah,
You pissed
yes,
off.
that's what. Yes,
Yeah,
mentally, I'm
yeah.
like, I love her, but I don't want nothing to do with her.
Bullshit.
And then when she be doing shit for me,
It's
still, I'm like,
bullshit.
now in my mind, I'm like,
That's
oh
how
shit.
we do.
I be like, how I'm gonna
With
compete with that? I feel obligated to outdo her, honestly.
with
But then
Zara's father that we was with when we were
hold on. This thing, I feel the obligation to outdo her, but in doing so, when I do it and I try to outdo her, you know what she say? You only did it because X, Y, and Z. And
because
then
you
instead of rationalizing, I get mad. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm doing this for you. I'm trying to make you happy. You don't accept it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm leaving. And then she be like, really? Walking away is not gonna make it easy. And she be calm with it. Where I be like, how the fuck is she calm? That's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. She loves you, and it doesn't matter. Like, even if she's mad at you, she's still going to do for you. She's still gonna make sure you okay. She's gonna make sure you eat. She's gonna make sure you good. And that's just how it works. But when it's the opposite way, y'all don't want to do nothing. Y'all just pissed and y'all want us to go away.
Right. So look, in a relationship, it's natural to be hesitant to ask questions. And like I said, I told you I was going to circle back to what you said earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men have to stop being afraid to ask a woman questions, right? We need to stop being afraid to ask women what position they like most, because communication in bed is important. It's about questioning your preferences, right? It's about experimenting and combining the taste of both, right?
Right.
When sex lasts, monotony sets in, and position are always repeated, right? So meaning like if for men not to ask a woman questions, what position they like best, sex becomes boring, right? And you just go through the whole cycle. You just do the same positions,
Exactly. And it's
right? And you're not
right.
giving her what she really wants.
What she wants and what
So
she
we
likes and what she needs.
right now you said that earlier, and I was like, damn, because I knew I was going to touch bases on it. So it's like, as a man, we need to stop being afraid to ask a woman what position you like best, or what position you want, or just questions in general. We got to stop doing that.
Tell me how you like it, how you
about,
want me to touch you. It's so much questions you can ask her, and she could tell you, and it'll
you know
be
what's
so
crazy?
Much
Right. You know what's crazy? If a man be like, yo, babe, how you want it tonight? And she be like, I want it like this. Guess what? Now the arousal.
You like it. What
10.
she said. Exactly.
You like
Exactly.
and then you in it. Now that obedience and that submissiveness gonna come out. You giving it your all, and you find yourself like, oh my God. And all those feelings, them sounds that a man don't want to let out, it's gonna come out because you're
gonna
giving
come
it your
out.
all.
You can't help yourself. You can't help yourself.
Right.
And that's crazy too, because like I said, it's hard for a man to ask a woman those questions. It's hard for a man to be submissive. It's hard for a man to do that. But once you like tap into it and you start doing it, and then she telling you what she like, then men start liking that she's a little aggressive and that she wants it how she wants it, and then you be like, oh, I like this. So like I'm telling you, like if you would just, not you per se, but like if a man would just like let go of them guards and stop trying to dominate everything, it'll be so much better. It really will.
Like it's a lot of positions. Like don't just go missionary every time, missionary, because it gets boring, right? You got to switch it up, different positions. Like you got the 69, right? Like when you're 69, right? That's great for both partners and all genders and all orientations, right? And then once you start playing with that thing when you're 69, oh my God, that woman
gets different. It really it's so much that you can do with each other.
Yeah.
It does not have to be boring, and it doesn't have to be all what the man like all the time. And he could try something different that she liked that he never did before, and he realized that he liked it. And now look, we in a whole different situation. Now we trying new things, and everybody happy.
Right, like you got like when people do the spooning, the missionary, the cowgirl, it's the doggy style, which women love because they get that deeper penetration, right? And they get touched in so many different angles. It's a lot, and men truly like if a man having sex with you and they on their knees, and they got your legs pent up and they looking at you, they get to look at every sculpture, every part of your body. That's when that shit is fucking fantastic.
Yes, it gets great. That's why I got all them kids. See, I think.
Oh my God, you crazy. Well, listen, it's that's about our time. So, you've been great, and I hope that you come on for. See, I'm glad you said that. I hope you'll come on for future episodes, whether that
Of
be
course
just
I
me and you
will.
or me, you, and other people. But like I
Absolutely.
said,
This was
that
fun.
concludes today's topic, right? I hope everybody enjoyed it. Make sure y'all tune into tomorrow's episode, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And Sabrina, I appreciate you, love you, and spread the word.
Love you too. Bye. Have a good night, y'all.
All right, you too.
All right, bye. Check me out of here.